It's about that. What's happening in your city? You got love for your city?
And good evening, and welcome to another episode of City Views, brought to you by the crew here, produced by Culture for a Cause. And we're glad to be back in your living rooms one more time, delivering the scene in the Northwest Hills of Connecticut. And want to introduce to you my co-host for the show, the lovely and talented Miss Coryse Villarouel.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. We have so much to talk about. We had a full weekend, fun-filled full weekend. We're going to get all into that later in the show.
And none other than Mount Everest himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Kareem Holbrook.
How you doing?
Mr. Balzolini himself.
What's going on?
So it's definitely that time of the year, fall foliage.
Oh, yes, I've got my sweater on already. It's
Yes.
starting to get chilly.
Yes.
I came back from Atlanta, and I was definitely cold blasted. I'm like, what?
Man,
I'm like, what happened?
What happened? You're from the islands. I understand it, but you like, this is perfect weather for me. I'm a New Yorker. This is hoodie weather, boot weather. I couldn't wait for it.
And obviously, that is one of the main attractions of the Northwest Hills.
I do like the leaves.
Yes.
The leaves. Amazing.
When I first moved to Torrington, I'll never forget driving up Route 8.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd never been to Torrington before. And I was coming up with a business associate. He wanted to show off the area and whatnot. And as soon as we crossed exit 44 over into Litchfield County.
Oh, let's be correct. It's now exit
40,
55.
No.
4.
43 is now 49.
Right. Well, back then, we're talking decades ago.
All right, okay.
Which kind of makes the skin on the back of my hair stand up. But I'll never forget crossing over and just like, it was enchanting almost.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And
that whole corridor, that drive from like Waterbury all the way to Torrington.
Yep.
Seeing the
Beautiful.
mountains and
no doubt. And I'm after that, I'll never forget this. I was in New Haven and trying to get to Torrington, and I was riding the bus. Coryse has to sneeze, so if you hear this loud, obnoxious sound, it's Coryse trying to either sneeze or hold it back. Just don't blow any goo on the table. Nice tablecloth here and everything.
Try not to.
Yeah. But no one told me that the buses at that particular time stopped in Waterbury, right?
Mm.
So, the bus, stopped, turned around, and I'm like, where you going? He goes, we're going on our route. I'm like, this is as far as you go? He goes, yeah. So I'm like, oh no. And it was just starting to get dark. And those two mountains, like on the side there?
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to walk past those? Oh no, this ain't going to happen. So I started on my way, and through the grace of God, a couple guys pulled over and says, where you going? And I was like, this is risky.
Yeah.
Sure is.
I'm either going to get to my destination in one piece.
Even back then.
Even back then.
The scary rest stop that used to be between exit 43 and 44.
Yeah.
That
Rest
was
stop.
Yeah.
It used to be a rest stop there. Like,
So what
I
happened
think
at the rest
they
stop?
turned it into like a DOT kind of station.
Oh,
You
okay.
see sand and like a big thing. It's like right after, I think it's right before exit 43. Right there on the right hand side.
Oh yeah.
I think they used to call that like the murder rest stop.
What? Nah, I'll pass.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you know what's interesting, and I think we should do a story on this one of these shows. What brought you to Torrington? Like, what brought you? Like, how did you? Did you do like the coming? You know, what is it? Coming to America thing? Spin the map and just point.
Yeah, Torrington. Yes. Torrington. Yes. Yeah.
Like what? You know, people ask me that. Like, you're from Trinidad. The Islanders either end up in Brooklyn,
Yeah,
Miami,
yeah,
and Atlanta.
yeah.
Torrington?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the new frontier.
Yeah. Yeah,
the
man.
thriving metropolis that it is. Well,
Would it be interesting to find out how people how they ended up here?
That would be interesting, and there is kind of like that sentiment that exists that a lot of people who migrate to Torrington seem to show a much more sincere appreciation of the region than residents who are born here. And I don't want to sound disparaging when I say that, but it does seem to be a sentiment out there that kind of evokes that. Now, we don't have to necessarily do a story on it, but
someone asked me that. Somebody asked me that, and I said to them this. I said, like, if somebody was to move to where I'm from,
right.
I love where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, "Hey, what made you?" Yeah, same. Austin, New York. So I wouldn't ask why you move here, because you know what I see here, other people might not see. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody that lives in Torrington, it's like, why you move here? I'm like, Torrington's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Nah. It's like, yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? So what's not beautiful to people that been here all their lives?
Right.
You know, it's beautiful for people that never been here. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you know, that is the current mission of CT Views, is that we highlight the cultural assets that make this region so attractive. And we hope to be continuing to bring you that coverage and that footage so that we can continue to make the Northwest Hills a quality place to live, work, and to visit.
mm-hmm.
So help us spread the word. Let everybody know that CT Views, especially now with our new rebrand.
Wasn't my sneeze, but Kareem's phone.
Oh man, sorry, so sorry.
But we definitely want to make sure that all those events and happenings that are taking place, that we inform you about those and that you guys participate. So that's kind of the mission here at CT Views, especially now with the rebrand, off of 30 successful years of broadcasting for City Views.
City Views is now CT Views,
yes.
covering more of Connecticut.
For you.
So we hope to bring you more. We hope to bring you a lot more.
That's right. So with that being said, let's give a little shout out to our sponsors and let them know how much we appreciate it. Kareem?
Yes. Big city shout outs is brought to you by Toth Insurance Agency, located at 1151 East Main Street in Torrington. Better protection, better value. They can be reached at 860-496-7771 and on the web at tothins@oponline.net. To Mel Brickman in Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington.
Better call Mel.
He can be reached at 860-307-1128 and on the web at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. to the Chamber of Commerce located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington. And the Chambers is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And to Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 and on the web at torringtonpediatrics.com.
All right.
Thank you so much, Kareem. We appreciate that, and we so much appreciate our sponsors for the support that they've given us over the years to continue to bring you quality coverage right here from the Northwest Hills of Connecticut. And in just a few moments here, we're going to be hearing from Michelle Cook. She's going to be calling in and letting us know what's cooking.
What's cooking?
Yeah.
Listen, was that last Thursday night? The event down at Bad Dog?
Tuesday. It was
Tuesday?
Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Oh, it was last Tuesday. That was an
Last
amazing
Tuesday.
event. We
It
were
was.
trying to bring you live coverage from that event. We were unable to, but we did have a great time at that event. That was quite a great turnout. Oh, you know who we met there? One of the original hosts.
Oh.
Sleepy?
Sam Slaby.
Oh,
Slaby.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
And we were like, oh my goodness. That was, yeah.
Sam, when he turned the reins over to me, he and his co-host at that particular time, rest in peace, Bill Battle. Those two guys were the consummate Renaissance men. They knew everything about everything: arts, culture, politics, science, the humanities, and the call-ins that they had, people would ask them, and there would be no question that they couldn't address.
Wow.
I mean, just fully. And Sam, has been.
And that was how many years ago?
Well, they turned the show over to us in 2017, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So, and then obviously Tim Driscoll and Rick Delaval, who started the show, started the production back then. So it's 30 years.
Wow. But yeah, it was great to meet him.
Yeah.
And there were just so many great people there. There was dancing. The food was amazing. There was such a spread of food at that event. And we just had a grand old time.
Nice time.
Well, it's one of those things where anytime you have events like that center around the community and people getting together with food and music, and that's a cultural aspect that we all benefit from. So we hope to do more events like that, and we're hoping that we can make sure that we bring you those events so that you can enjoy them with us.
They had one. They had something at Franklin Park on Sunday, and I heard it was a little, something happened there. Some guy tried to snatch the mic from, I think Michelle, it was, and who's Ian? What's his name?
Ian.
The guy who's running, I forgot his name. But he handled the situation very well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, they it was people out there and about abortion or something like that, and it just got out of hand. I heard, but
well, that's unfortunate.
It got
that's
handled.
unfortunate.
It got handled.
And then Saturday night we had the Culture for a Cause Culture in the Courtyard event. I missed it. Unfortunately, I had to be in Atlanta for my brother's 27th wedding anniversary. But I heard you guys had a grand time.
Man,
my
that
dancers were amazing. The band was great. The weather was beautiful.
The weather was beautiful.
Beautiful. Give it up to this guy right here, man. He did marvelous. Did a marvelous job doing singing and with the band, man.
Well, thank you.
We wore many hats that night.
But the thing about it is, Judith Malcahone and her staff out at the Five Points Arts Center.
Just missed her. She might call back. Sorry.
Michelle calling.
Uh-huh.
It's truly amazing what they've been able to do with that facility. And it's so good to know that after all the years that building went vacant, that the community came together, rallied around that, and now 5 Points is the occupant in that space, and just doing marvelous things for the arts community. And we hope to be able to collaborate them. In fact, we will be collaborating with them on future events. So we're definitely looking forward to them.
That's a great space. I attended UConn.
Yep.
When that was UConn. I went there for 2 years before I transferred to the main campus.
Right.
But that courtyard did not look like that.
Oh no.
When I went there, when I went UConn there, no, courtyard did not look like that.
Yes.
The courtyard is an amazing feature of that building.
Absolutely.
And of that space.
Absolutely it is.
All right, so I think we do have Michelle on the line. I'm going to go ahead and answer that.
Let's see what's cooking.
Michelle.
What's cooking?
How are you?
Well, you know, I'm okay. It's busy, busy, busy.
Yep, busy season for you.
That time of the year.
It is. I mean, every season's a busy season, but this one just tends to be a little bit more busy than normal.
So Michelle, it's pretty significant to announce that you have etched another accomplishment on your resume, serving the citizens and constituents of your district. And you brought home another piece of, let's just say, hardware for one of our let's just say one of our cultural assets in the city, the Warner Theater.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be about the hardware. We all know that the Warner Theater has a list of needs, and so I've been working with them for quite some time, and over my tenure as state representative for the city of Torrington, they've always been on my priority list. And so this will be, I think, about the third or fourth time I've been able to go to bat for them and bring home some good things. And this one was extremely significant. $1.5 million for the Warner Theater, and which means $1.5 million into arts and culture in the city of Torrington and for downtown. And so I'm very excited about that. They are very excited about that.
That is amazing.
Wow. That's great.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible for them. And I know that, they have a big list of needs of upgrades and a variety of different things. That's why I kind of joked about the hardware, because I'm sure they will be buying types of hardware to improve the Warner. But as we know, we absolutely need to update our facilities when it comes to like the green rooms and backstage and downstairs and HVAC systems and sound systems and things like that. And so this will be able to put a significant dent in some of the things that they definitely need to do. And quite frankly, they bring some great talent to our community, but we need to be able to be competitive with other theaters for larger acts and so forth and so on. And those acts come with certain needs, and green rooms and dressing rooms and other things are part of that.
Indeed it is, Michelle. And the Warner Theater has had its challenges coming out of COVID. Can you talk to us a little bit about how this money will continue to help them, especially with their collaboration with the Bushnell?
So, yeah, Jacque, that's a great point that I think that we don't often discuss enough. And when we look at the pandemic and how it affected everybody, arts, theater, musicians, fill in the blank, they really took a different type of a brunt of loss, because you couldn't put people in the theaters. You had to social distance. And so even when people were able to go back, they were still not at capacity because of the social distancing requirements. And then you had acts that couldn't travel because of other, restrictions and so forth. And so they're still really trying to move out of the pandemic trials and tribulations that they had. And so trying to get, a sellout crowd is vitally important. Getting the community to continuously support them. Our community is fabulous with the support of the theater, but at the same time, I think we could all do a little bit more. So for them, this will help them for some things that they may not have been able to recoup because of that setback, during the pandemic. So, maybe they would have had the ability to upgrade a sound system if they hadn't been closed for, almost 2 years.
Right.
And had been at, 50%, 75%, then 100% after that, so there was still a gradual increase. And even when we opened the doors back full blown, some people still weren't comfortable going.
Yep.
So we have to be cognizant of that and support those, those communities. And the arts and culture community is really one that struggled differently than other community has struggled.
Oh, we certainly did struggle. Trust me, I was right up there at the front of that.
And you know what, Coryse, I think that you probably know it better than most. Given the industry of which you work in as an actress and, movies and production and a variety of other things, that it was just at a standstill.
It was.
And then it was limited. So not being able to put people in seats meant they didn't have the ability for revenue that they would have traditionally had. And that could be dire straits. And so now we have a partnership with the Bushnell, which I think has been fabulous. Not only for the Bushnell, but for the Warner, that, an act that might not be appropriate for the Bushnell can come to the Warner, and vice versa, and the expertise that the Bushnell has and their connections. So this just helps all parties involved, but most importantly, it helps us right here downtown. Because when we have a full theater, we have full restaurants. We have people on the ground walking downtown. Our stores are full. We have tourism coming in. So, the next piece of that puzzle is getting our hotels up and running. So, it's steps in the right direction, and I'm just so excited to be able to partner with them to help out.
Oh, yeah. The Warner has been an institution in Torrington for, wow, how many years? It's been around.
Generations.
Yep. So it's good that we can save the Warner and be able to help them move in the right direction for the community. So
absolutely, and I want to ensure too that this doesn't mean that the desire to move forward on like the historical society build and all of that is falling by the wayside. It's just steps in the right direction. Which somebody asked me yesterday why I was running for office again. I said, because I still have stuff to do.
Job is never done. It's never done,
You're
Michelle.
doing a great job at it. And
thank you.
Michelle, it's interesting, too, the fact that your tenure in office has produced results. And I'd like you to share with us, if you, while we have the time, the last couple of funding projects that you were helpful in landing here for the residents of Torrington.
Well, so I'm happy to do that. But as we talk about my tenure and my time in office, I think one of the things that I'm most proud of is we did the largest tax cut in history a couple of years ago. So when everybody talks about things that, what, you forgot about me or you forgot about me, we absolutely tried to take care of everybody with this huge tax cut. And I think that often gets fallen by the wayside. So, that for me is extremely important. But to answer your question specifically, Jacque, we look around town and some of those funding projects and some of the things that have been just passions of mine and partnerships of mine. You can't drive down or up Route 8, so it would be going north, or up and down Winthrop without recognizing what's happening on our Torrington High School campus.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, that is one of the most important projects that we've ever had here, because our students are away from home in a classroom 8, 10, sometimes kids are at their school for 12 hours if they're athletes or involved in extracurricular activities.
That's right.
That's their home away from home.
That's right.
And they, you want to give them something that is modern and current and, and progressive in the world of thought. Be proud of where they are, and at the same time be comfortable in their setting and their surroundings. So it started when when I did the track and field, and that's going almost 9 years ago now, give or take, which is hard for me to believe. And then from there, now we have the high school, middle school project, which is the largest school construction project in the state of Connecticut.
Wow.
And, we see the progress there. It's a beautiful facility.
Yep.
And I can't wait to get you guys inside of it for a tour. And we know that is, ahead of schedule. I sat in a meeting last Thursday night, and we are definitely ahead of schedule on that. And our students at the high school will be in the high school portion of that project after the Christmas break. So that's fantastic. And then the middle schoolers will move, the 7th and 8th graders will move to the 7th and 8th grade side next year when they start school in August. So that in its entirety is so exciting for me.
Yep.
And the kids are excited and families are excited. So, that is huge. And then knowing that part of the puzzle to make that project complete was to ensuring that all of our athletic fields were new and improved.
Right.
And so I went back to the drawing board last session and brought them more money. So now we have an extra $6 million to really complete the outside of that. So all in all, and all of that, by the way, is at an 85% reimbursement rate, which is also unprecedented because usually it's a 62% reimbursement rate. So what that means for all of us is less money out of our pocket.
Very nice.
That the state's actually helping us pay for our beautiful facility here. Then a couple of other things, I can't forget about the 5 Points Yukon campus and the amazing arts and culture things that are happening up there. That was a passion project for Judy and her staff, and to be able to partner with her, recognizing that Yukon campus was closing out of our control. So keeping it as something that we are benefiting from is it's very exciting. Not 5 Points, but the Brooker Memorial, I just was able to secure them $500,000. So if you look at Brooker Memorial, it looks a little bit different. On the ends, they built up and out, and so the attic is now a brand new facility for OT and PT with a partnership with Cheshire Rehab and facilities there. So that is beautiful inside. I posted some pictures the other day about that. And one that will sign on the dotted line tomorrow is the Friendly Hands Food Bank relocation in the new building that's going down on Winstead Road. So those papers get signed tomorrow, and that will just be fantastic for everybody, because not only have they outgrown their facility down on King Street, where Mo had done such a great job, establishing the roots there, but it's much larger than a residential area, and giving them a bigger space with a new vision, and then the potential for expansion on other things down on Winstead Road at the bottom of Kennedy Drive is very exciting, and those papers get signed tomorrow.
Well, Michelle, we can't thank you enough for your hard, diligent work and your commitment and dedication to not only the residents here in your district, but also for the goodwill that you provided in Hartford. And it's a demonstration of the type of person that you are, and the heart that you have, and the commitment that you put forth every single day to serve the community. So we appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And on some big good news, we just had another grandchild.
Oh,
so
yay!
Our family has expanded, and we have our second grandson. His name is Eugene William, and he will be going by William. And I'm happy, healthy, and I'm very excited to share that news as well. So when people see the walk card and they see that there's only 2 grandchildren out there, it's not false information, but we just had another one. So.
Well, very nice.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
And
all right.
Good luck in your campaign coming up. And we hope to see you on October 8th at the candidate forum brought to you by CT Views.
You will see me there, and then I think we also have another candidate forum at the community college on the 10th, I believe, right, at 7:30 in the morning.
Our legislative reception, yes, will be at
Yes.
the Arts and Sciences building at Northwest Connecticut Community College.
Yes, so I look forward to seeing you guys all there.
Great.
All
Thank
right.
you so much, Michelle.
Thank you.
Give my best to your
Thank you all.
family.
You have a good weekend. We'll talk next week.
Okay,
Bye now.
take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Man,
And
I swear, I think I want to go back and be a student. I think I could pass, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
High
Come
school
on.
student.
Come on, man.
Look at my face. I think I could pass as a high school student. Why not? I want to go into that new building as a freshman.
I think Kareem is a little more fresh than you are, but
Know what I'm saying? You know what? I was just thinking as Michelle was talking. We're just like looking into the camera, and like if people was to like see us live, like as you guys watch us, if we look like mannequins, we're listening. We're just listening to a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Like you just see us just sitting there like. It's a phone call going on, you know what I'm saying? So I think we should just have like maybe her picture up and like the voice things going so people know that it's a phone call.
The
Like
little digital lines.
we're not just stuck in the matrix like you know. Because somebody did say that they was watching us in like in a bar or something. I don't know. They was watching us somewhere, and they was like, "Wow, why are they just looking at the camera? Like we stuck. Like you know what I'm saying? Like So we gotta have something. Maybe Michelle Cook's like face,
or even like a little sign. Michelle Cook is speaking right now.
yeah, something.
or they're not bobbleheads.
Yeah, something. That's just,
Yeah, they're not bobbleheads.
They're not
folks.
bobbleheads. They really
I'm
aren't.
telling you, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, that's
Okay.
what it is. Big city shout outs comes to you with Toth Insurance Agency, located at 1151 East Main Street in Torrington. Better protection, better value. They can be reached at 860-496-7771 and on the web at tothins@oponline.net. To Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington.
Better call Mel.
He can be reached at 860-307-1128 and on the web at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. To the Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington. And the Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And to Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 and on the web at torringtonpediatrics.com.
And once again, we want to thank our sponsors for their support. We appreciate them mightily. And with that being said, we're going to be preparing for a little informational session from one of our field segment members, Pascal Nijame, who is a licensed real estate agent. And she has some great tips on not only first-time home buyers, but home buyers that are in the market and looking to make that selection a investment that will garner good tidings for them for years to come. So we're going to set that up. Guys, are we ready for Pascal? So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Pascal Nijame, coming at you.
Ready to buy a home? It's exciting to jump a few steps ahead and think about moving in and making it your own. But before you get too far down the emotional path, there are some key things to keep in mind after you apply for your mortgage and before you close. Here's a a list of things to remember when you apply for your home loan. Don't deposit large sums of cash. Lenders need to source your money, and cash isn't easily traceable. Before you deposit any cash into your accounts, discuss the proper way to document your transactions with your loan officer. Don't make any large purchases. It's not just home-related purchases that could disqualify you from your loan. Any large purchases can be red flags for lenders. People with new debt have higher debt-to-income ratios, meaning how much debt you have compared to your monthly income. Since higher ratios make for riskier loans, borrowers may no longer qualify for their mortgage. So resist the temptation to make any large purchases, even for furniture or appliances. Don't co-sign loans for anyone. When you co-sign for a loan, you're making yourself accountable for that loan's success and repayment. With that obligation comes higher debt-to-income ratios as well. Even if you promise you won't be the one making the payments, your lender will have to count them against you. Don't switch bank accounts. Lenders need to source and track your assets. That task is much easier when there's consistency among your accounts. Before you transfer any money, speak with your loan officer. Don't apply for new credit. It doesn't matter whether it's a new credit card or a new car. When your credit report is run by organizations in multiple financial channels, mortgage or credit cards or auto, it will have an impact on your credit score. Lower credit scores can determine your interest rates and possibly even your eligibility for approval. Don't close any accounts. Many buyers believe having less available credit makes them less risky and more likely to be approved. This isn't true. A major component of your score is your length and depth of credit history, as opposed to just your payment history, and your total usage of credit as a percentage of available credit. Closing accounts has a negative impact on both of those parts of your score. Do discuss changes with your lender. Be upfront about changes that take place or you're expecting to take place. Glitches in income, assets, or credit should be reviewed and executed in a way that ensures your home loan can still be approved. If your job or employment status has changed recently, share that with your lender as well. Ultimately, it's best to fully disclose and discuss your intentions with your loan officer before you do anything financial in nature. Bottom line is, you want your home purchase to go as smoothly as possible. So remember, before you make any large purchases, move your money around, or make major life changes, be sure to consult your lender, someone who's qualified to explain how your financial decisions may impact your home loan.
And that was Pascal James, our field correspondent, bringing you some worthy information on your home purchases, what to do, what not to do, what to look out for.
And who to call.
Yeah, who you going to call?
Who to call?
All right.
Oh, Pascal.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty important, too, because the region, as it aspires to grow, that's one of the attractive aspects of relocating to a community, knowing where your housing, especially when it comes to affordable housing, when you know that that community has something of that value to offer, it just makes it more compelling to do that. So it's good to see that, especially now with the interest rate being lowered,
Dropping, yeah.
it's just going to add fuel to the fire to make heat that market up, and hopefully people will be making their purchases here in our region. And it's good to know that there's definitely communication between the businesses, the banks, the realtors, and hopefully now that we're starting to roll out some of these information and communication portals where people can make those decisions in a more informed manner. So
I have to say, I am sad to see that Big Lots is closing.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, please do not open another Hartford Healthcare.
I've never been to. I've never been there.
You've never been to Big Lots?
Never been there.
That was a place to shop for your home decor.
Well, let me say
You
this.
don't do the decorating. Never mind.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right. But I was over the weekend. We were shopping, and me and Jacque went to like the dollar store, and I'm like, "This, wait, hold on, man. There's so much stuff in the dollar store,
There's a lot of
right?"
stuff in the
There
dollar
is.
store.
And I
And
said,
now
"I
we
ain't
have
be
two.
forgetting about the dollar store.
Now we
I
have
keep
two.
going to BJ's, and I'll go
Yep.
all over. Never stop at the dollar store. Man, I went to the dollar store and collected.
Yes, listen,
Man,
even
listen.
in Atlanta, my aunt
I said,
wanted to get
what?
a gift bag to put, the anniversary present she bought for my brother in. And we were, I think, inside Walmart. She goes, "Oh, I gotta get a gift bag." I'm like, "The dollar store is 2 doors down.
I'm telling you. I'm
You can
telling
get
you.
that at the
Mhm.
Dollar Tree,
Mhm.
okay?" But yeah, we're losing too. We're losing the downtown Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
We're losing Big Lots. When we lost Bed Bath and Beyond, they opened Hartford Healthcare. Could we get something else in, please? Not another Hartford Healthcare. I don't think we need another one.
Although, healthcare is going to be an issue that is going to, I think, increase as time goes on, especially with the large baby boomer population. That's
That baby boomers population, that was what?
they can.
we're
Was that in
still
the six
we
the
still booming.
70s?
We still booming.
Man, listen.
The
We
60s?
still booming.
Have a
Oh
baby there.
goodness. I
Hospital
don't
right
know, but
there.
I mean, and then they tore down the buildings right at the end of McDermott
Yeah.
Ave. Is that going to be apartment buildings? Does anyone have any idea?
I heard it was
Any birdies whispering what they're bringing there?
There's several ideas floating around.
Costco's would be good.
Well, I
A
mean,
Costco's would be good, although we have a BJ's.
but
So
you
I don't
have,
know.
I think city planners are looking at it in terms of what those demographics are going to look like in the future. I
Yeah.
mean, that's very important. How many younger people are we going to be able to bring into the city?
Mhm.
How many people are going to look to Torrington as a retail outlet within the region? So,
I mean, we're pretty much the retail, even though, it's Litchfield County and Litchfield is like, the hub of this county, but yet everyone has to flock to Torrington to do most of their shopping. They do. They have to flock to
Really?
Torrington. Yeah, for a lot of your shopping, from clothes to more grocery stores, Litchfield doesn't have it.
Torrington
has
has it.
Even Winsted has to flock. Harwington has to flock to Torrington. Burlington, they have to come to Torrington. Torrington has most of the shopping, the retail
I never knew that.
stores.
I never knew that.
yeah,
For this region, yeah.
yeah, definitely. And, that's, some of the factors that retailers take in consideration when they're, considering setting up, an operation in a specific locale.
Mhm.
So I think it's very important that, and it's not easy because we are under that designation of a micropolitan. So there are, challenges that we have as a community and economically that sometimes prevent some of those more popular brand names to settle
Yeah.
here in our city. So it's something that, in time, hopefully we can meet those challenges and, make sure that we're on the cutting edge of what communities in the future are going to be looking like. So it's just one of those things that hopefully the stakeholders can come together on, make positive decisions about, uh, and hopefully those decisions will turn out to be beneficial to the community.
I can't wait for them to finish the gas station
Mm-hmm.
at the end of old exit 46. I don't know what exit it is now, but it was old exit 46 right there by Pinewoods
Yeah.
Racket Club.
How long has it been?
Finally putting in a gas station there.
Yeah, because I can't tell you how many times I've been like going from Torrington to Winstead, and it's like
Once you pass 45,
I know I'm like you. I'm like, oh, I better pray
you
till I
make
get
it
to the next
all the
exit.
way to Winstead.
Yeah,
Yep,
I don't want to be pushing this car down here, right?
Come on, and I think they even putting in a Dunkin' Donuts
Oh no!
in that location. But you know what? It's great
Another
for those
DJ Khaled.
for those that industrial park right
Yeah.
there, because there's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, if they could on their lunch break, they can go right across the street
and get sugar diabetes.
Okay.
No, because I have to admit, I broke down and went to Dunkin' Donuts this morning and had 2 pumpkin donuts.
I went to Dunkin' this morning as well.
Yeah. No, I went to Panera.
See, Coryse is healthy like that. She's one of these healthy lifestylers. So she won't allow anything that's not nutritious go into her body. But
No, but I even have my family eating. I had to get my sourdough bread
mm-hmm.
by the loaf from Panera.
Yeah.
And then I got myself a nice sandwich on tomato basil bread.
Ooh.
Amazing bread
Ooh.
Wow.
from Panera. You have to try that bread. It's
I will.
so delicious.
Well,
You can buy it by the loaf too.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
really, really
okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that fully answers your question, Coryse, about how many more Halford Healthcare facilities we have to have in Torrington. But with all the Dunkin' Donuts going up, I think
It's now just Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Okay, just Dunkin'.
It's just Dunkin'?
That is
Yeah,
Dunkin'?
they changed the name. Dunkin'.
They ain't Dunkin' Donuts no more?
They're just Dunkin' because they serve more than just donuts.
Just like it's not Kentucky Fried Chicken, it's just KFC.
Yeah.
No, you can't. No, it's just KFC.
Does it? You know what? Bring a Popeyes to Torrington though.
No.
What?
They can't do that. They can't do that.
Yes, they need to. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
No.
Right?
No.
Yes. I want some Louisiana chicken.
If they bring a Popeyes to Torrington, it better stay open 24 hours, okay?
It has to be. It has to be.
Because 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm going to be at the door like this.
He's waiting at the door for them to open.
Like, D, what time is it?
3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be right there, man.
For real.
Love that chicken at Popeyes.
Listen, Popeyes chicken, their biscuits, and that what is that sweet chili? What sauce do they have? The something chili sauce. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
they got that new sauce. They got all
it's
the
really
new
good.
sauces.
But listen, while I was in Atlanta at the
Oh,
hotel,
don't even talk. Don't even talk.
I had the best, the softest, fluffiest biscuits at this Holiday Inn Express. That on the last day we just grabbed a plate of biscuits.
Collect the biscuits.
We just collected a plate of biscuits.
Rubber biscuits?
And a bowl of country gravy.
Oh
my gosh. I was in heaven. I'm like, I'm coming back to Torrington 10 pounds heavier. Oh my goodness. That Southern cooking. How do you not gain weight?
It's hard.
With that Southern cooking.
I think what people expect to do is after they have one of those hearty Southern meals, go out and sweat it off in the sun.
It is hot Atlanta. It is hot Atlanta.
That's what I'm trying to bring here to Torrington, that Southern cooking.
Well, I got to brag on Kareem, if I may, because Chefalini is not just a term of endearment. It is his brand, and he backs it up full stop.
Oh yeah, those pumpkin wings.
Pumpkin.
Oh my God.
Pumpkin
spice
wings.
Chicken wings. Okay. Now
place your orders today.
Better, because
you just have to place an order.
Kareem really kind of did something really cruel to us.
It's great for any party you want. Like honestly, those pumpkin spice wings.
Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, that party. I dropped them off, and they were going. By the time I got there, it was like maybe 5 wings left, and that was within an hour.
But Kareem did something really cruel to us, and I don't appreciate what you did, Kareem.
All right, let it go.
What do you do? What do you do?
He one of our partners in Culture for a Cause, Dan Morrison, he and I were having a little meeting, and Kareem said, "Hey guys, how are you?" So he says, "I want you to try my new recipe for wings," and we're like, "Oh wow, that's really cool, Kareem. Let's see what you got." So he gives us 2 wings.
No,
the wings were awesome. He gave us 2 wings, and we're like, "Excuse, do we get any more?"
One wing.
And he's like, I wanted to make sure that I left you desiring more.
Desiring more.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
I
well,
need to leave you wanting more.
what we want to do is kill you now because we can't like get any more of these wings.
Jacque didn't even want to order the wings that he was at that restaurant.
We won't
and
say
he
the
We
name of
won't
the
say-
restaurant.
no,
We won't
we
say the
won't
name
say
of
the
the
name.
restaurant. And their wings are good. Don't get me
they're
wrong.
great.
Their wings are
They're
good.
great.
Yeah.
But
Kareem, your wings.
you
Chef Alini.
Yeah.
you know,
Kareem, your wings.
you know.
The pumpkin spice wings.
pumpkin
perfect.
spice. I don't think anyone
Perfect
ever
for this
heard of
season.
pumpkin spice wings. It's
Chef
just
Alini started a
seasonal.
street fight a few days ago over his pumpkin spiced wings.
I think he needs his own truck. His own
Interesting.
food truck.
I think
Interesting.
so.
I'm getting ready to like cash in my car if you want to use it.
Okay, I got you.
You won't be able to drive it very far.
Right. We just got to stay
Stationary.
posted
Yeah,
somewhere.
exactly.
We just stay
Stationary.
posted somewhere.
Just have wings.
Might start
Across
getting
America.
making some dishes out of my house or something like that. I'm right in the area, you know what I'm saying? I'm
but
close.
and I believe you did some for the culture in the courtyard event.
Yes. Coach in the courtyard.
Were those gone
Yes,
before you
they
know it
were.
too?
I mean,
They left me one wing.
Oh no!
he's a one winger.
I'm like
He's a one winger.
He's a one winger.
I'm like working like diligently as much as I can, you know, preparing and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, let me take a break. And I walk over and I see this one wing.
It was calling your
and,
name.
and it was
It had your name on it.
It was
in the middle of all that sauce.
It was
Oh my God.
eat me.
Eat me.
And
No, it was saying it like the flight. Eat me. Help me. Help
and
me.
I had to oblige because I felt sorry for it because it was like they're all alone by itself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is the least I can do.
The least I
And
can do.
so
Let me help the wing out.
I devoured it, and I still think I got some bone fragment left back here because I was so hungry at the time. I didn't care to.
I was hungry.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm on a different level today.
Oh my
I don't know if it's from flying.
Jet lag.
Flying with two kids, okay, and one that won't sleep on the plane,
Okay.
right? Yeah,
That's when they're supposed to go to sleep.
exactly. I forgot the Benadryl though.
Oh,
Sorry,
boy.
I didn't say that out loud, did I?
No.
Nah, not at all. Nobody heard you.
But yeah,
I do
and
the
then
same thing at times.
he did. He got home and he was still wide awake, wired until about 10:30 last night. I'm like, go to bed. You have
Wow.
school tomorrow. I need you to go to school tomorrow so I could get some rest.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm just wired. Sorry.
That's okay. Well, while you're wired, let's get wired on a little 2.0. Check out Pascal and Joe, our field segment team, as they tour one of the finer downtown establishments in the city. So without further ado, what's going on with Salt 2.0, gang?
I'm Pascal James.
And I'm Joe Severo, and today we'd like you to join us at Salt 2.0 in downtown Torrington.
Conveniently located right next to the Warner Theater, Salt 2.0 is a great option on show nights.
But honestly, Salt's an accessible and desirable option every day of the week. The restaurant's open from 11:30 to 8 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, and 11:30 to 9 o'clock on Fridays and Saturdays.
The food service is quick and the options are both affordable and healthy. They fix grain bowls, wraps, burritos, salads, and my vegan friends tell me that the vegan burrito is to die for.
Not to mention they have a finely curated lineup of international and regional draft beers, and Bud Light too.
There's also a great wine selection and a full cocktail bar. The best part might be the seating. I love watching sidewalk traffic from the front section.
The venue is both spacious and inviting.
There's a ping pong table in the upper wing and tap TV interactive trivia at the bar. When you come to Salt, you choose the experience.
Salt 2.0 was born out of necessity during the pandemic. The original Salt 2.0 was open in Litchfield. A dining room of the Saltwater Grill was cleverly converted into an offshoot to provide food for pickup.
You can order online for pickup, or you can order online to sit in, or you can request that a wait person take your order the old-fashioned way. For City Views, I'm Pascal James,
And I'm Joe Severo.
connecting you with Salt 2.0.
All right, thank you to Pascal, Joe, Shane, and the whole field segment CT team. for bringing us what's going on in the fine city of Torrington. And I think it's about that time we do some T-Town shout-outs. Shout-outs!
T-Town shout-outs brought to you by the Torrington Downtown Partners, growing downtown Torrington one business at a time. To Dawn's Getaway, located at 24 Winstead Road in Torrington. To Chrissy's Restaurant, located at 545 Winstead Road in Torrington. Health Insurance Services, located at 438 Main Street in Torrington. Wall and Fraunhofer, located at 117 Main Street in Torrington. Soul Latina Cafe, located at 31 Hungerford Street in Torrington. To Jimmy's Store, located at 1238 East Main Street in Torrington. To 5 Point Art Center, located at 855 University Drive in Torrington. George Music, located at 905 New Harrington Road in Torrington. And to our big city shout-outs, located at Toth Insurance Agency, located at 1151 East Main Street in Torrington. Better protection, better value. Stop. They can be located at. They can be reached at 860-496-7771 and on the web at tothins@optonline.net. To Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite Number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut.
Better call Mel.
He can be reached at 860-307-1128 and on the web at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. To the Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 East Main Street, Suite 120 in Torrington. And the Chambers is a place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And to Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. You can be reached at 860-482-8177 and on the web at torringtonpediatric.com.
I'm so sorry, but I had to make some faces because I didn't want to look like a mannequin, like you said. So I was miming, okay? But anyway,
and what's coming up in October?
Listen, we have so many great things coming up in the city of Torrington in October. We've got the WOW Forum, which is going to be October 4th at the Warner Theater. We've got, on the 11th and 12th of October, we've got a Playwright Festival. If you have not gone, I went last year and the year before. Amazing plays that some great actors are going to be performing. You have to go down there and see the Playwright Festival. I know we have a lot of other things coming up in October. You just got to stay tuned to us. Stay tuned.
Absolutely. And also want to remind you about our candidate forum that's going to be taking place Tuesday, October 8th at 5 Points Arts Center. And we hope to be able to stream that to our audience live. Also, our legislative reception is going to be taking place on Thursday, October 10th at the Arts and Sciences Building at the Northwest Connecticut Community College. And early voting starts this year, and that'll be wrapping up around October 21st. And hours of that first week will be from 10 until 6. And I'll be updating you on next week's show about other things that you'll need to know, notifications for early voting in the city of Torrington. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, another show has come to an end.
Another show.
Parting is indeed such sweet sorrow.
Cheers.
We'll see you back
Cheers, guys.
next week
See
for
you next
more
week.
City Views.
CT
Views.
City Views.